2010 was known for the introduction of the holy trinity of backmarker teams, Lotus, Virgin, HRT. None of these teams made it to the end of the decade, but they got onto the grid, competed, and were beloved by many, including myself. Whilst another team, US F1, failed to make it onto the grid with them due to a series of mistakes and general incompetence.
What a lovely day to start work in our new US F1 headquarters.
And good morning to you, Ken.
But they are well known and well documented. However, a similar series of events occurred 17 years earlier, and this caused a little known team to never make it to F1. This is Bravo F1. But before we go to the glitz and glamour of F1, we need to go somewhere even better than that. Sevenoaks, Kent, with Sevenoaks School, and it had one student in the late 1970s and early 80s called Nick Worth, who would go on to study engineering at university. After graduating, he went to March, which then became Leighton House, which also at the same time had a young engineer who he worked alongside, who had sadly burned out and faded into insignificance, called Adrian Newey. He worked alongside Max Mosley, whom he collaborated with, but not in his dungeon, but rather with his new SimTech project, which designed cars for other teams, much like how Dallara does for Haas. After projects with Ligier, the FIA, and the failed BMW project, Mosley left due to him becoming the president of the FIA, so Worth went to design a car for Adrian Moder. You may have heard about Adrian Moder, with many people producing videos online about them, as being known to kick off careers, and one of the people who specialises in backmarkers and teams like them is someone who I'd like to welcome onto this channel, Peter Brook, everybody.
Andrea Moder started out as an Italian shoe company founded by Andrea Sassetti. In late 1991, he bought out failing F1 team Coloni and attempted to enter their car with drivers Alex Caffey and Enrico Battaglia for 1992. At the opening round in South Africa, only one car was ready, and Sassetti was then forced to pay the $100,000 entry fee as he had not officially bought Coloni's entry. Caffey and Battaglia quickly walked away, and the Coloni car was replaced with one designed by Nick Worth, originally for a failed BMW entry. Roberto Moreno and Perry McCarthy were brought in as drivers, but Sassetti took an instant disliking to McCarthy after Battaglia's attempts to return to the team were blocked by the FIA. McCarthy's car was basically used as spare parts for Moreno's, and he got little to no track time. Despite Moreno getting preferential treatment, he qualified only for the Monaco Grand Prix, where he failed to finish, and at every other race, even when the car was working, it was miles off the pace. Things came to a head at Spa, where McCarthy narrowly avoided a major accident, and Sassetti, who by now had survived a failed assassination attempt by the Mafia, was arrested in the paddock for forging invoices, and Andrea Moder were kicked out of Formula 1 for good.
If you are aware of any small teams, go and follow Peter Brook, because obviously he does a lot of stuff like this, and he's pretty much a big figurehead for back-of-the-grid teams and deep knowledge on the subject. So, after the Andrea Moder fail, Worth needed another project to prove himself on, as one team crashed and burned, the other one pulled out, so he set out to create another team under the SimTech guise to bolster the potential of what they could do. He would do this by setting up Revell F1, which would race under a British licence but be a Spanish team for 1993. It was built on the Andrea Moder chassis from the year before, and it's a bit hard to judge how bad the car actually was, because Andrea Moder had a workforce that was barely qualified for the job, barely any budget, and an engine that could barely push it uphill. Apparently the chassis was somewhat decent, and they did have the man, the myth, the legend, Roberto Moreno, though the car only qualified once, and that was at Monaco with Moreno. A chassis circuit, albeit with McCarthy, their second driver, producing a lap that averaged just over 4 miles per hour over the whole lap due to him being shaken about to the point where he had blurred vision. The car would have an improved Andrea Moder chassis with a Judd V10, which was a Cosworth DFE of terrible 90s teams. Life had one after their engine kept on failing, and Andrea Moder had one too, so effectively they had an engine that would struggle to power an electric whisk, and also had the budget of $3 million, with inflation that's $7 million, pounds, whatever today, with the average spend being little over $100 million today, so going to be running on a shoestring budget, and when it came to drivers, they were heavily limited. A team started today would hire a semi-decent midfield driver on the tail end of their career. Haas did this with Grosjean, for example, but due to the budget, this could not happen. Pedro De La Rosa, Luca Pedora, Nicola Larini and Adrian Campos were considered, with Geordie Jean, who is the brother of Mark Jean, was actually signed to the team for 1993. Damon Hill was apparently allegedly approached, but he didn't sign for the team, which is lucky as he then went to Williams instead. So with a lack of budget and a lack of powerful engine or any decent drivers, it looked like it would be a season of struggle, but it would get worse, as the team's owner and funder Jean-Francois Monsenier would sadly pass away in November 1992 after a battle with cancer, and this would have a massive blow for the team, and suddenly everything was about to turn on its head. Heading into 1993, the team would try and push on, revealing the car ahead of its debut season. The plan was to run the 1993 season as a test year effectively, so the team would compete and get data for 1994 to then truly launch the team as a challenger for points and podiums. The road plan was laid down, it looked like the team would be on the grid for Kyle Army, but the problems caught up. The team's lack of money caused the team to close after the crash test failed, as rebuilding and redesigning the car would have killed the team regardless. And with no sponsors to fund their vacant money from the owner, the team died before it even made it onto the grid. The SimTech dream would be fulfilled 6 months later, as Worth launched a new team called SimTech. It would use the Bravo S391 car, but with modifications so it could actually race. It would become a backmarker car though. But the whole project was overshadowed by the 30th of April 1994, with the death of Roland Ratzenberger at the San Marino Grand Prix. Although the team never made it onto the grid, it indirectly triggered the regrouping of the GPDA, the Grand Prix Drivers Association, which helps to petition for driver safety and drivers change for progress in the sport, such as the introduction of the halo. This is the failed F1 team, Bravo F1. A massive thanks to Peter Brook for appearing in this video and giving his knowledge on Andrea Moda, but also thanks to Josh Revell, who gave his knowledge and helps on how to make a better thumbnail in general. So thank you for both of them for basically just making this video better. Well, I discovered this team as a result of a Wikipedia rabbit hole, and as there's little on YouTube or even any major publications, I decided to research and present this video. So if you have learnt something or enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and if not, tell me what to improve on in the comments below. But after all, thank you for watching.